Hello and welcome back to the Yarn Holders Crafting Podcast. My name is Sasha and I'm coming to you today from a cold but thankfully sunny town just outside of Birmingham in the West Midlands here in the UK. And today is episode number 40. And I have one finished object and 2 whips to talk about. And yeah, there's no acquisitions, there's nothing like that. There's the urge to cast on all of the things, but at the same time I have all of the Christmas knits to finish, so we shall jump straight in with my finished object for this week, which is this cowl. So it is sewn up at the back. It is so this is a Tunisian crocheted fabric. I used a 5mm, I think it was, using the James C. Brett DK in colourway SH01, I think, which is called Holiday Vibes, which is this very rainbow-esque kind of colourway. It's obviously not a perfect rainbow, but it's giving rainbow vibes. And yeah, so I did this in the Tunisian simple stitch, and then I did a couple of rounds of crochet around the top just to give it a neater looking finish. It was stitched at the back, closed. And yes, this is another Christmas knit out of the way. The person this is for is due to arrive this week, so I kind of needed to get this finished so I could wrap it up and give it to her. And I am very happy that it's finished. I will say it felt like it was a bit of a slog, to be quite honest. I wasn't really enjoying the yarn or the colours. This is not really my vibes. But I'm glad it's finished. I'm sure she will absolutely love it. And yeah, there's another Christmas knit finished and done. And now I shall go on to the other Tunisian crochet project that I've been working on this week. So I've got 4 more Christmas knits I need to get finished. 3 of them I need to have finished soon. 1 of them needs to be finished by this time next week. The other one needs to be finished a few days after that, and then the last one needs to be finished a week before Christmas. And then I've got my partner's Christmas Cardi, or the garment I'm making him as a Christmas gift, which won't be finished because there's still a lot of work to do on that. But yeah, so whip number 1 is in the paper bag I bought the yarn. Well, the paper bag that the yarn came in when I bought it. So, and this is, confusingly, a Halloween-inspired cushion cover that I'm making as a Christmas gift. Yeah. So I ended up getting a lot of work on this done because the other project I was working on, I finished the yarn I had for it and had to go and buy another ball, and realised that I'd finished the ball on Tuesday night, and my local yarn shop is closed on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I was working on the other one, which is fine because I've got quite a bit done. So I've finished 4 of the panels. I'm now working on the last one. However, confusingly, the one panel was meant to be part of the front panel, but because I managed to snap my hook and had to get a replacement hook, the gauge changed and that's now the back panel instead of the front panel. This is going to be really confusing. I'm sorry, I'm just going to show this. So I have those 3. These 2 are already attached together, as well as, so there's this one, which is the spider. There is still some stitching I need to do for a web in the corner, but I'll get to that after. And then I have the witch's hat, which I think was the only one finished the last time I showed this, and the ghosts. And then the last panel for the front panel is this stripy looking one. So I'm using the colours, so the yarn I'm using is Hayfield Bonus DK, which is a 100% very squeaky acrylic. However, the person I'm making this for will stop being my friend if I give them the gift of hand washing. So, machine washable. But I'm using colours black, white, clementine and zesty. Clementine is the orange, green is the zesty. I think the other two are self-explanatory. But yeah, I have. And then the one that is now going to be the back panel, which I am so happy with. I'm in love with this panel. I need to make more of these. Is this one? Oh, isn't he cute? Isn't he adorable? So, this is done in Tunisian simple stitch, and some of them I was using the Intarsia method, the other one I was just doing the floats, kind of like stranded colour work, I guess. So, and so I have 4 finished panels, 3 for the front, and this one's going to be the back. I say front and back, that's how I'm differentiating. This could be displayed either way depending on the person it's for's preference on the day, I suppose. This one is just, I figured the 3 coloured stripes would look a lot nicer. Let's get this up nice and close so you get a good look at it. And I am very happy with this. I was also using this specific panel on Monday to teach some of the people at my local knit and natter on a Monday morning how to do Tunisian crochet, and I think I managed to get them hooked, pun intended. So I have this. I am doing regular crochet border of linen stitch. Once this one is finished and the border has been added, I shall sew it to this one, and then attach them to these two, and then work a couple more rounds just to make it the right size, square it off, and then I will basically do linen stitch all the way around this until this is big enough, and then I shall attach them. And then I have to go and find a zip, which I know where I can buy a zip. I've just got to hope that I've actually got them in stock this time. So that is these. Do excuse me if I don't get the balls out. They're currently attached and in there like that, so I don't want to get them out and entangle them any more than is absolutely necessary. And yeah, so I'm really happy with this. I did have to make modifications to the chart for this one because I was struggling, and in the end I cross-stitched the legs on. I don't know how noticeable that is, but it's also very tight. The colour work ended up being very tight. I didn't manage my floats very well, but it's for a cushion cover, it'll be fine. So this is the one that needs to be done a couple of days after the other one I'm going to show. So realistically I have 10 days to get this finished. yeah, we're into crunch time now. I should really start doing gift knits in July, but I will not be doing any gift knits next year. She says, and I'll probably end up doing gift knits next year. And then the last project to talk about is the Christmas gift I'm making for my mum. This is well, it was crochet up until the point I am now at. I am now finished all of the crocheting parts. I am now knitting all of the rib. So let's oh, I've got this all. Let's see if I can get this nice. There we go. So, this is where we are at. I have finished the body. I have done it to a reasonable length because, of course, my mum changed her mind. She doesn't want it long. She wants it regular jacket length. I have done the sleeves and the ribbing at the cuff of the first sleeve, and I am a little over halfway through the ribbing on the second sleeve. I will then pick up and do the bottom, which that'll probably be the longest of the, it'll be the most rows I have to do, and then do the button band, even though there won't be buttons on it. So, oh, there might be. If I can find some buttons, there might be buttons on this, but this is where I'm at. It is quite big. My mum is quite a voluptuous woman, as she likes to call herself, so it is on the large side. I would say wide, but if she catches me saying that, I'll get a clip around the ear hole. So I am knitting this using James C. Brett Marble Chunky in the colourway MC15, which is the aubergine mix. It is basically shades of dark purple. They are her colours, and I did the hexagon granny stitch section using a 6.5mm hook. I'm doing all of the ribbing on a 5mm hook, just to give it a nice clean finish. It's kind of pulled in a bit at the rib and the cuffs, but that's kind of what I wanted. So but it's coming along quite well. I'm hoping to get this finished in time for my mum's arrival in 9 days' time. 9 days? 9 days at time of recording, less than a week by the time you're watching this, if you watch this the day it comes out. But it should be fine. I think the bit that's going to take the longest time is picking up all of the stitches for the button band when I come to do that. But I will say, crocheting with this was fine. It was okay. Like, there was no issues with this being a 100% acrylic yarn. My mum has dogs, so it needed to be something that she could throw in the washing machine, because she has German Shepherd Husky mixes, which are very, very cuddly, we'll put it that way. And so it needed to be something she could put in the washing machine. I'm not enjoying the knitting aspect with this yarn. When I was crocheting, due to the way my tension is relatively loose, it wasn't pulling at my fingers as much. Now with knitting, it's kind of, because I keep it wrapped like that, and I'm quite a tight knitter, it's pulling quite a lot on my fingers, and yeah, so, but it's the colours she wanted, it's something I know she'll wear, and it's something that can be washed, so there's no point making a 100% wool garment for my mum. She wouldn't wear it because she would be worried about it getting ruined by the dogs with the fur and the claws, because they are cuddly. And and she wouldn't want to be able to, well, she wouldn't be able to wash it and then lie it flat to dry, so 100% acrylic for her, which is fine, I don't mind. Like I said in the past, acrylic's not my favourite material, but it definitely has a place in the market and it definitely suits certain people. It's just not something I would use to make myself a garment these days. So, and whips wise, that is everything that I have worked on this week. Hopefully I can get this finished, and then this won't take that long once I'm focused on it again. So got that to think about, and then I need to finish a gift knit for my sister, or a crocheted item for my sister. It's a big poncho with armholes for the computer. It was something I was originally knitting for somebody else. However, I've decided that I don't want that person in my life anymore. I've basically cut them out completely. So I've adjusted sizing and everything, and I'm now making it for my sister. I might show it once it's finished, just to say this is finished and it's taken however many grams of yarn, but I probably won't show it before I finished it, if I do show it. And then it's just the gift knit for my other half, which I would like to have finished by the end of the year. It depends how quickly I can get everything else finished. And then I can start casting on all of the things for me. I've been tempted this year to join in with the Yarn and Yarns make-along, Angela, with her 12 cast-ons of Christmas. I've been tempted to do that, just partially to get a load of stuff cast on from me, because if it's cast on I will work on it, I hope. But also, it's incentive. It's incentive. If it's cast on, I can work on it. It helps that I'm currently in a cast on mood, but we shall see how that goes. We shall see. I might cast on 12, I might just cast on a couple just to join in a little bit, but we shall see. We shall see if I can get through the enormous amount of knits that I signed myself up for. And I'm going to leave it there this week. There's not really much else to talk about. I could do reading and watching, but you'd be bored. Life stuffs. I've been knitting and working. That's it. So it's quite a boring, repetitive life. I mean, unless you want to know what I had for dinner last week, but no, I'm sure nobody wants to know that. And yeah, that's everything for this week. Thank you for watching the Yarn Hoarders Crafting Podcast, and I hope to see you next week. Bye guys.